So this is Artisan Loom here. I have another tutorial for you for the Latour Eiffel, and it is a really cute design. It kind of sits up though. If you look at it from the side, these side bands sit up from the center, kind of curls inward a little bit. Looks really neat though, but I created this a while back, and seems like everybody took to it pretty well, so I'm going to attempt to do a tutorial for it in different colors. So it is a 5-pin bar setup. The first and fifth will be at the same height, and then you come down and these three are at the same. So these three in the center and then up one on each side. And that is the configuration. Now you just need to pick your colors and get your hook, and we'll get started. I've got my bands that I'm going to use. I'm really warm right now, so I'm going to pull up my sleeves and get this party started. Okay, so I'm going to use, for the border, I'm going to use Persian black, my absolute favorite. And what I did was, I believe I did 24 because I believe we're doing a full 2 loom length. But I went ahead and made up, I believe I made up 24. I'm not 100% sure exactly how many we're going to need, but I made up 24 of these bands where I put the seed bead through. Okay? And I'm going to alternate every other one with them. So, first of all, if you choose not to do beads, that's fine. But if you do, then just go ahead and make up a bunch. And then I'll show you how to alternate them. So you're going to start off in the center peg, and you're going to go up and then out, just like that. Okay, let me make sure I don't really want this in there. There we go. Okay, so then we're going to go back to the center and go up and out on this side. And then we're going to do the border all the way down. But what we're going to do is we are going to alternate every other one with the seed bead. So, and if you choose not to, that's fine, just continue on. You do one plain band and one beaded band. One plain band, one beaded band. So you're just going to alternate it all the way up to the end. And then I'm going to do this side real quick. You're going to do the same thing on this side, plain band on both sides, beaded, plain, and then beaded. Okay, go ahead and follow that to the end, and then I will show you where to stop. You're going to, actually, I'll show you now. You're going to stop 3 pin bars from the top. So 1, 2, 3. You're going to stop right here, and you're going to go over and then up and meet in this point. Okay, same with over here. 3rd pin bar from the top, and then you're going to go in 1 to right there, and then to the center. But I'll show you that. Just stop 3 pin bars from the top, and I will be right back. So this is what it looks like at the end of mine. Okay, now this part in the tutorial, this is going to be a long stretch, so you'll want to have good quality bands. I'm going to go ahead and use my opaque black for this part. I believe, hopefully this is all going to come out the way I'm looking. I've got a specific charm I want to use. This is the charm, and I want to be able to use this in those colors, so I'm hoping that whatever colors that I just chose are going to be right. But what I wanted to tell you is I had 2 of these left over, so no big deal. I just made up a bunch, and whatever happens, happens. Okay, so you're going to start off with this peg right here, and you're going to do a long stretch upwards. Make sure you push all your bands down. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to go like that. Okay, let me look this part up. I know that I'm doing it right, but when you turn the loom around, I think this band needed to connect to a border, so I'm not sure if I put it on right here or if I put it on afterwards. So give me 2 seconds. Let me check that. That way I don't mess this up. Got it. What we're going to do is we put one from there to there and there to there, and now we're going to go back over to here. We're going to do a long stretch. Okay, at that point, we're going to go ahead, since this one's just hanging out there, and we're going to bring one going across to there, okay? Just a small stretch. And then we're going to continue on. So, towards the center, just like little X's all the way up the loom. Really not hard, okay? 2 more, and then I will go off. We'll go to the other side and then go off camera, and then you can finish that up. Okay, so on this one, we're going to start right here. Okay, and we're going to do the long stretch. Wow, look at here, look at here, look at here. Oh my goodness. Look at that, it's weird. Look at that. I've never noticed that. Look in the middle of this black opaque. It's green. How bizarre is that? Huh. Well, pretty nifty. Okay, let's get another one. Maybe these aren't the stretchiest bands ever to use, but we're going to find out. So we're going to go from here and do the long stretch over. Okay. And then we're going to go from here and do the long stretch. Do a long stretch from here. Okay. And then I'm going to do one small stretch going from there. Okay. Just like that. Hopefully that will make it all connect when we go turn the loom around and get going with it, with the looming part. Okay, since we did this to there, we're going to start here, and we're just going to make X's. Very simple. The long stretches. Okay. All right. So go ahead and do your X's. Continue it all the way to the end. Okay. So when you get that done, you're going to come all the way up. And this is what it's going to look like. And let me get some more bands. Okay. So this one is just hanging out there. So what we're going to need to do is, oops. Let me set this down. Okay, this one's just hanging out there like that, so that we need to connect it to there. Okay, and the same with this one. Just a small stretch over. Okay. Now, let me, hopefully, got a little confused on this crossband. I'm thinking maybe this crossband needs to go underneath. So I'm not 100% sure, so we're just going to leave it. If for some reason I place this in the wrong spot, then we'll just change it. We'll just change it out when we get to the top, when we go to loop it. No big deal. No harm, no foul. Okay, so now, let me figure out what's next. I believe what we're going to do is place that single, sorry about that, I got to scoot back. Okay, now we're going to place the single chain going up. Okay, whatever your single chain's going to be going up. Now, I'm trying to see on my pictures, because I left a little spot in the center. Okay, so let me just look at how we're going to do this. Okay, this is the center, and you can tell because that's where the end of the loom is, okay? So actually this is the center because it comes down and then goes up and ends right there. So this is the center. That's where I want that. Okay. So I need to leave a couple spaces here, because what I'm going to do is I took some rhinestones, some gold rhinestones, and I put them on a band, and I'm going to alternate. I'll leave that there for now just so that I don't lose my place. But I'm going to alternate the rhinestones going down the center. So if you choose to rhinestone or put beads, that's great. I would use very small ones. If like seed beads 6/0, but because these rhinestones are really teeny. So I'm going to go up a plain band, and then I'm going to go ahead and throw a rhinestone on there facing down, a plain band. Okay, make sure my rhinestone is facing down. And I'm going to do another band. And I'm using this caramel chocolate, the chocolate caramel Persian, because that was thin enough to be able to get a band rhinestone through it. So, and then I'm going to go up a few more before I decide that I'm going to leave it open so that these rhinestones don't hit the charm down the center. So I'm just kind of going to see what all that I have to do to avoid that from happening. Okay, and then the plain band. Okay, now there's where that is. I think I might do one more rhinestone. Okay, let me see what we got. And then a plain band. That may or may not affect. Okay. Okay, so I guess that's what we'll do. We'll do 2 more plain bands. You won't have to worry about this unless you have a charm to put in the center. I'm going to do 2 bands, and then this is where this is going to go. Okay? So then I want to do a 3rd band to be underneath there. And hopefully these colors match. I'm kind of nervous about them. And then since I'm going to act like, well, then I've got 2 plain bands, so I'm going to do 2 more plain bands. Okay, and at that point, then I can put that to the side, and then I can do every other one again with the rhinestones. Hopefully that will work. Okay, so face down with the rhinestone. Every other one. And that should get me, hopefully, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. Okay, it should be to where I get 5 of these rhinestone if we equaled it out right. Okay, plain band. Rhinestones. Okay, plain band. Rhinestones. You just kind of got to count and figure out where your center is going to be and where your charm's going to be, because you don't want the rhinestones to be in front and block it. Plain band. Rhinestone. Yep, we got it. That's exactly right, I believe. And then a plain band. I hope you can see that. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rhinestone bands. Then I'm going to leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plain bands in the center, because that's where my charm's going to go. And then there should be 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the rhinestones there. So you're going to alternate until you get up to, well, anyhow, you saw what I did. You can do it, if you're not going to put a charm in the center, just do every other one with a bead or a rhinestone, whatever you choose to do. And then if you're choosing to use a charm of some sort, you just got to lay it on there in the center and then figure out, you don't want to get too close to it because it's going to shrink up. It just inevitably shrinks up. So you want to go ahead and adjust for shrinkage. So it would be like, you know, 2 bands on either side. That should make it equal out. I hope I didn't just confuse the heck out of you, but I think I might have. Anyhow, every other one. Now, the next part we're going to do, and I guess I should have been showing you that. Obviously, this was the border. These purple bands were the black opaque that I used. And then down the center, where this blue is what I did with my caramel bands. Okay, and now the next set of bands we're going to lay are these white bands here. And I'm going to use the, I think it is the Egyptian gray. That's what I'm going to use. Okay, and I'm hoping that these colors are going to work out. I'm not always good with color, but I usually don't have a problem. But last night when I did this other tutorial, I had a major problem and it was an epic fail. So, okay, enough of that. We're going to start right here. And we're going to do a long stretch. So you have to have really good quality bands because it's going to have to stretch from here to here. Okay, so I'm going to go from there to there. And you're just going to make a big X. Okay, just a big X just like that. And then I believe you're just going to do that the entire way. Just make a big X. I need to pull and push my bands down. Big X. Just like that. And you're going to do that the entire way up the loom. So go ahead and finish that and I'll show you the next step. So I did my X's all the way down. I have a gut feeling that this small, not 100% sure, but these small stretch black opaque bands that we put here, I may have to take them off. I know I told you that before. That bothers me. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So at this point, that's all the bands that we're going to place. You can turn your loom around. And we're going to need 3 cat bands. We're going to need 1 in the center for the, well, I'm going to do it the color of my border, and I'm going to do a triple cat band. Okay, I'm going to do a triple cat band, and then I need 1 on either side of here, and that's my gray. I'm going to do a triple cat band right here, and then 1 right here. And then we should be able to get to the looping part. Okay. Now what we're going to do is just loop our single chain straight down the center. Okay, so you go in the cat band and you're just going to loom it straight up. Okay? Very simple, all the way up the loom. So I'm going to go off camera and let you finish up. And then the next step will probably be these X's. So once you get your single chain done, we're going to go in through these 2 cat bands. And I'm going to go in through this one. And we're going to handle these X's right here. Okay, we're going to start on the left. And what we're going to do is go in and grab, well, okay, go in and grab the gray band. And normally we would pull it back to itself. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to go straight up with it, just like that, okay? And then we're going to go in here and do the same thing. Don't bring it back to itself. Bring it straight up, okay? We're going to do that the whole way up the loom. So we're going to go into this one, grab it, and bring it straight up. This one, straight up, just like that, okay? So, a couple more, straight up, go in here, straight up, one more. Okay, just straight up. Just remember not to bring it back to itself. Okay, and we're going to do that all the way to the end. So come on back. Okay, so once you get that part done, now we're going to work on the black X's going up the side. So we're going to go into this cat band, and we're going to grab this one and bring it over. Okay. Maybe this is where I wasn't sure if it would work. Okay, we brought this over. Now we're going to go into here. We're just going to do this. We're going to grab this one and bring the small stretch down. Okay? So this one to that one, and then the small stretch down to here. Okay? So then now we're going to go in, let's see. Now we're going to go into this band. Why is it saying that I need... Okay, yeah. Now we're going to go into here and grab this band, and we're going to bring it that way. And then go into this one and do your X's, just like this, all the way up the loom. Just like that, okay? Just lovely little X's all the way down. You're going to do the same over here. You're going to go into this cat band. You're going to grab this X, bring it over. Now I'm going to go into here and grab this small X and bring it down to the border. It needs to go to the border. Okay, and then we're going to go in over here. Grab this one and go up. Come into here, grab this one and go up, and then just start making your X's. Just like that, all the way up the loom. Okay? And then we've got one other step, which is the border, and then we shall be done. So go ahead and get your X's looped up to the end. Finished all my X's all the way up. And then when we get to here, this one's what we did here. Now we've got this small stretch to connect it to the border. Okay, so you're just going to go in, grab it, and bring it to the border. And you'll do the same thing over here. You'll go in. Wait a second. Wait a second. Thought I was going to get by without, and it's not a mistake over here. This side's connecting it all. No, it's not. Okay, well, this must be the part where I thought, where I told you I wasn't sure about the placement of this, these two bands here. So what's happening is, and I'll zoom in, is that this band here, the small band going from there to there, is not underneath the bottom half of this band, if that makes sense. I don't know if I can show you. See how it's, that one's not on the on top of this band. So what we're going to do, very easy peasy, I'm just going to go in, grab it, let it go, okay, and then just take my hook and let it drop, okay. And what I'm going to do is go through all the bands in here, and I'm going to grab that the black band, and I'm going to try to grab it. I'm going to go through all the bands, and then I'm going to grab it and, well, darn it. Go through all the bands. Okay, well, that's apparently not working. Okay, I got it. Okay, so now, as you can see, I don't know if you can see that. See how it's got all, hold on, see how it's got all these bands? Now it's in the right spot, and then we just bring it over. Okay, so the same thing's going to be like this. I'm going to have to go in through here and grab that band, drop it, kind of let it fall in underneath there, just like that. Now it's kind of hanging out, and I got to go underneath all of these bands and then pull it back. Go through all of them and grab a hold of that band, and then I got it, and it's connecting all of them. Can you see how it's connecting all of them? See how it's getting all of those under there? And then just pull it across. Sorry about that mistake. I should have known better. This is my design, and I guess maybe we should change my name to the Mistake Queen instead of the Bead Queen. Maybe that is a little more appropriate here lately with what's going on. But you know what? Nobody's perfect. I do make mistakes. I can guarantee that. So, anyhow, no big deal. Easily fixed. But that's all you do. Okay, so the next part we work on is going to be the border. So we're just going to loop out the border. Just loop out the border. So we're going to go in through here and grab that top band, bring it to the left, go back in here, bring it all the way to this side, and then we're going to go up, single chain all the way up to the top. Okay, so we're going to go over here, grab this one, bring it over, go into here, get that bottom band or the next band, bring it over, and then we are going to do the single chain all the way up the side. Okay, so go ahead and just loop up your single chain all the way up, and then I will show you where to stop at the top and to put your C-clip on before we take it off. So I'll be right back. I have both single chains all the way up the border. I'm going to go from here to there and there to there. Go from here to there, there to there. Okay, and at that point, we're going to take, I'm going to use two bands. I'm going to go through this center and go through all the bands just like that, and I'm going to put them on the bands on the hook, bring it towards me, and then up. Okay, now you put it both on, so now you have all four on the hook. I'm going to grab me a C-clip right quick. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and put my C-clip on right there. Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it. There we go. I'm going to leave it on the hook, just sitting there hanging out like that until I get it off the loom. I'm going to grab me, well, I guess what you could do, and this is how I know, you look on the side and you see that everything under there has been looped, so we should be okay. Shouldn't fall apart. Okay, good to go. Now we'll just see if these colors I chose are the right colors. I'm kind of nervous about that. I think it's going to be pretty, I just don't know if it's going to match the charm. Okay, so I will use my hook to release the tension right here, and I will do it on this side as well. Very simple. Don't definitely use a hook Okay, and at that point, you can just take them off singly. There's a lot of bands on there, so just be real careful when you take them off. And I'm just going to do this till I get it up off of the loom. So I am going to do this off camera, and I'll meet you back and show you what mine's going to look like. I just took mine off the loom, so I'm going to take it off of the hook. That's the back side. Okay, so if you chose not to put any bling on it, you could technically use that as that side. But there's the front. Okay, I thought I was going to be able to see that gray a little bit. Well, actually, stretch it out and then come here and pull. Okay, and that's what's going to make it curl on the edge. That's what it does. But I thought I was going to have a lot more of that showing. Oh, well. Still very pretty. I'm going to go in and fix my bands. Hopefully not too terribly much I'll have to fix on the edge. Looks like most of it's laying flat. There's a few bands that are twisted. And then I've got to go ahead and fix the twisted bands here, which I will do by twisting them between my fingers, and then it lays properly. And then what I'm going to have to do is the way that these rhinestones are, they need to be adjusted. So I'm going to use my finger to hold it and slide the rhinestone on towards the middle of that chain so that it lays upward. Okay, and fix any of these bands. Go in and grab the end of that chain, bring it towards the center. Fix this band. Fix this band. Bring the rhinestone to the center a little bit. Just be real careful that when you do that you don't snap the band. This one, I'm going to twist it. Twist that one. Bring the rhinestone in the center. Fix that band, fix this band, and then put the rhinestone in the center. Oh, that's about right. This one may need to go up just a hair. Okay, and then I'm going to go through and just, since there's no no rhinestones down the center, I'm just going to fix the bands then. Let me get this straight. I think this one I have to go the opposite direction to get that to lay properly. Let me see. I got to see how this is laying. Okay, yeah, I'm going to have to twist it the other direction. Just like that to get it to lay right. Okay, I'm having a time with this one. And I never have times with it, so I need to twist it between my fingers, go in that direction to get it to lay right. There we go. I just had to do a really and just stretch it a whole lot. Okay, so anyhow, you get the gist of what I'm talking about, but it'll lay like that in the center, and then this will be flat, and that's where I'm going to end up putting my charm. So I'm going to fix any of these black bands that are twisted. Just grab them and twist it between your fingers, the opposite direction, and then it'll lay flat. I have some of these that are just not. Okay, I'm just going to have to go through them and see which one's off camera. But I'm going to go through and I'm going to fix my border bands. To where okay, and then bring the seed bead in the center. Try not to use your fingernails to hold it like I just did. I showed you the wrong way. Try to use your finger, not your fingernails. And bring each one, fix the bands, and then bring each one in the center of the bands. And that just straightens it out a bit, okay? Fix that band, fix that band. Grab the seed bead, bring it in the center. So you can see how it's going to lay nicer on this side than how it looks on this side. So go ahead and fix all your bands to make them look like that all the way down, and then I'll show you my cleaned up part and what it's going to look like with the charm. Got mine cleaned up the way that I want it. It looks really small. You'll need another small extension to put on, or a single lock to go. Or you could have went half of one more set of looms up. So probably another, I don't know, 6 or 7 up on, but I didn't want to, you know, I didn't have well, I have enough looms, but I figured most people didn't. So this is probably good enough. And then you can add an extension, a small extension here, or a lock would be really good for this. But I got it as cleaned up as I think I would like it. There's the center, which is the gray. And these, the border tends to want to rise up. This is what it looks like from the side, but that's okay. That's actually what makes it pretty darn cool, because this one does the same thing. See? And I decided what I'm going to do is put this charm on, and it is going to be so, I'm pretty psyched about it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off, you know, these little loops here just to clean it up a little bit, because I'm not going to hook it from right there. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to snip it off very carefully. Okay, come on now. There, I snipped it off, clean it up a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, well, I'm going to make it not so pointy and sharp. Well, I'm not going to do this on camera. I think I probably don't need to do that. But I'm going to snip off this one, because I think it'll just sit better. Well, I probably should have waited and did this off camera, because now I feel like I'm wasting your time. But sometimes you can see that play around with, and this one's going to be harder to make even. I'll have to mess with it after off the camera, but you get the gist of it. I wanted that little part off, but I'll clean it up. And then look at this gorgeous Eiffel Tower. How cool is this bracelet? I think I did a great job with picking out the beads and the colors on this one. Pretty darn cool, if I say so myself. Okay, well, this is, let's see here. Okay, let me, well, I'll put this on later, but all you do with putting this on is just get you either some fishing line or some clear band would work, or anything that's clear that you can attach through. I wanted to take this top loop off and this bottom one, because that way it wouldn't be be sticking out even further. But I can take it, since this Eiffel Tower has holes, I'm going to bring a band on either side and pull it through the back and attach it on just like that. So that is that. That will work. So hold on one moment. Okay. So I was going to go off and try to attach it, but I changed my mind. I'm going to do that off camera. And but this is the Latour Eiffel bracelet. Well, I guess I'll put it on this way. And I will put on my extension later, but that is two very cool renditions of Latour Eiffel. So I'm pretty proud of this one. And if you make one of these bracelets, please tag and hashtag to me, Artisan Loom. I also have a Facebook page that I created, and it is called Artisan Loom Bead Queen. If you want to go to Facebook and like that page, and also follow me on Instagram at Artisan Loom. So this is the Latour Eiffel, and until next time, take care now. Bye.